New Testament material in the Book of Mormon. The presence of New Testament material in the Book of Mormon presents a conundrum that challenges traditional understandings of its origins and authorship. The Book of Mormon purports to be an ancient record of a Jewish family leaving Jerusalem around 600 BC and sailing to the Americas, where they establish a new civilization separate from the Old World. However, despite this supposed separation, the text of the Book of Mormon contains numerous passages that match near identical, if not entirely identical in some instances, with passages from the New Testament. There are literally hundreds of such instances, with proximity of verses being used in the Book of Mormon, correlating to the proximity of the verses used from specific books in the New Testament, extending beyond random chance. We have shown you only a small sampling of the numerous examples that exist. One striking example is the similarity between Moroni, chapter 10, verses 8 through 14, as well as verse 16 and 17 in the Book of Mormon, and 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 5 through 11 in the New Testament. The parallels between these passages are so close that they raise serious questions about their origin and authenticity. How is it possible that Nephite writers, separated by time and geography from the authors of the New Testament, would record nearly identical teachings attributed to the Apostle Paul? Furthermore, the linguistic and cultural differences between the Nephites, who supposedly wrote in Reformed Egyptian, translated into English by revelation, and the New Testament authors who wrote in Greek, make it highly improbable that such similarities would occur naturally. The fact that the passages are practically verbatim suggests the likelihood of plagiarism or direct borrowing from the New Testament by the author or authors of the Book of Mormon. Another example is the resemblance between Mark chapter 16, verses 17 and 18 in the New Testament and Mormon chapter 9, verse 24 in the Book of Mormon. Notably, Mark chapter 16, verses 9 through 20 is widely regarded by biblical scholars as a later addition to the Gospel of Mark, potentially written by a different author, and added to the text, years after its original composition. The fact that a passage from this disputed section of Mark closely mirrors a passage in the Book of Mormon raises additional questions about the Book of Mormon's reliance on New Testament sources. Taken together, these examples, along with others, cast doubt on the authenticity and originality of the Book of Mormon as an ancient record. The presence of New Testament material in a purportedly ancient text, coupled with linguistic, cultural, and textual discrepancies, suggests the likelihood of deliberate incorporation or plagiarizing from New Testament sources by the author or authors of the Book of Mormon. This challenges traditional narratives of the book's origins and calls into question its status as an authentic ancient scripture. And even faithful scholars are slowly shifting their views to recognize that Smith's translation productions are likely pseudepigrapha or spurious or pseudonymous writings, ascribed to an ancient prophet but composed in a more modern time by a modern author.